When the lights turn white, the saint walks in. Hey! Say what he was. Step through the smoke with the world in my hand. White coat flowing like a flag in the stands. Red streak burning through silver and flame. Say your prayers when you hear my name. I don't kneel, I don't break, I don't run. I bring dawn like a loaded gun. From the rafters to the floor below, I cast my shadow where legends go. Raise the lights, let the heavens ignite. One more sinner falls tonight. Ring the bell, let the thunder begin. The horizon is closing in. I rise beyond the halo. I walk where angels fear. The sky becomes my battlefield. The end is drawing near. I shine like holy fire. I reign through pain and light. You can run to the edge of the world, but I'll meet you at the horizon tonight. Gold on my belt, scars on my soul. Every step makes the arena explode. Eyes like judgment, fists like fate. I was born for the main event gate. You came for glory, you came for war, but I've seen gods fall before. One arm raised and the crowd knows why. Another star gets thrown from the sky. Raise the lights, let the heavens ignite. One more sinner falls tonight. Ring the bell, let the thunder begin. The horizon is closing in. I rise beyond the halo. I walk where angels fear. The sky becomes my battlefield. The end is drawing near. I shine like holy fire. I reign through pain and light. You can run to the edge of the world, but I'll meet you at the horizon tonight. Silencio. 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 Lift them high, past the lights, into the white. Now fall, boom. I am the silence before the roar, the final lock on heaven's door. No crown, no throne, no mercy shown. I turn the ring into holy stone. Call me saint, call me sin. Either way, I still walk in. When the last bell calls my name, the whole damn sky will change. Fine, fine. I rise beyond the halo. I walk where angels fear. The sky becomes my battlefield.
Hello, hello. Hello there. I love it when I put my microphone on mute. Alright. Window capture. Let's see. Let's see. Today, I will watch some death battles. Namely, the death battles of our favorite characters. Or, like, most of them, I guess. We got a few, which will be interesting. We got the Iron Man ones, we got the Obi-Wan one, which will be the next. We got the Leon Scott Kennedy one. Yeah, and one Deadpool one. The other two were not that good, I think I remember. The first one was the actual death battle. Alright. Alright. Without further ado, let's get into the old episodes of Death, like 8 years ago. God damn. Let's get into that. We activate this and back then screw attack was a thing. Imagine that. And Rooster Teeth, I think, as well.
Surviving the undead apocalypse takes grit, perseverance, and an army's worth of firepower. With all that and some luck, these two became experts in zombie fighting.
Leon Kennedy, the top cop and government agent in Resident Evil.
Love it. Love him, man. Love this man so much. He is the perfect hero type, you know. I played all the games that have him. I watched all the movies that have him. He is just a cool character all around.
And Frank West, the backyard wrestling MacGyver of Dead Rising.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. As a child, Leon Scott Kennedy's father instilled in him a strong sense of justice. Following in his footsteps, Leon joined the police force, determined to uncover the darkest riddles and uphold the law.
So for his first ever assignment, he took the biggest challenge he could find. Instead of picking an easy job like dishing out dastardly parking tickets, he was off to Raccoon City to investigate a bunch of mysterious murders.
His instincts were good, perhaps too good. Officer Kennedy wound up choosing the most challenging and dangerous assignment he possibly could have.
Yeah, turns out Trash Panda Town was due for a big ol' zombie outbreak, and Leon got stuck in the middle. How's that for hazing the rookie?
He wasn't a rookie for long. After fending off the zombie threat and even taking a bullet,
From the grassy knoll?
Leon was recruited by the American government as a special agent, bodyguard, and their go-to specialist for apocalyptic events.
In all cases, the people that are bitten become infected themselves.
That was the first movie that had him. I think that came around game 3, I think. Like somewhere there. It's the first. It's like the first animation movie, I think, they had in Resident Evil. And he was someone that was in there. Or even after 2. Or like plays like into 2 like a bit weirdly. Because we get the one virus that Birkins had. I think it was Birkins.
Themselves and go on to attack others. The only way to stop the spread of infection is to destroy the infectees' brains. Shoot them in the head.
Okay. That's what I do in every Resident Evil game. When I played 5, okay, I did the same thing. We learned, shoot them in the head.
His training at the police academy turned him into a pretty tough guy, but as a special agent, he became unstoppable.
All thanks to his extensive firearms training, extreme driving tests, and the study of tactical response scenarios.
Guess what martial art they teach American Secret Service members? A traitorous Russian one called Sistema, and Leon is an expert at it.
Sistema is a free-form martial art focusing on disabling targets via pressure points and joints. While not specifically lethal on its own, Sistema also involves quite a lot of training with knives and firearms.
That's good, because I don't think fists would be enough to take on monsters like the tyrants, skinless
Actually, wait a second. I need to change the scene. I just remembered I have a scene for this. All right. So this is my scene actually. Wait a second. All right. So this one. And now we see, still see everything from the screen. Everything is fine. We see even more.
Dogs, and is that Gene Simmons?
Right, these bioorganic weapons, or BOWs, were far tougher than your ordinary run-of-the-mill zombie.
Resident Evil 4, one of my favorite games to play, especially VR. Like when I put my Oculus Quest on, there's like 3 games I play: Blade and Sorcery, Resident Evil 4, and the third one is Beat Saber. Beat Saber I play most of the time because it's also like getting me fit. In the sense that I hear good music, I sit there and I'm just happy. By the way, I not sitting, I mean standing.
Thankfully, Leon has the weaponry to...
This is, I think, Resident Evil Damnation. This one was actually a funny movie. It's like playing in a ex-Soviet country, I guess, that they created out of nowhere. And then was like a fighting scene of like a tyrant, 2 tyrants actually.
to take them on.
He's efficient with just about any kind of gun, but like me, he loves carrying around his...
Everyone who played Resident Evil 9 and was like, oh, this is an amazing motorcycle scene with him. Yeah, that's where it came from. This is still Damnation. No, wait a second. No, this is Vendetta, I think.
favorites, including the Silver Ghost, a unique pistol specifically designed for him. He's also got a modified 50 caliber.
Yeah, this is Vendetta. Resident Evil Vendetta was actually a nice movie because it also featured Chris and Chris, Leon, and the Birkin's daughter, I think.
Desert Eagle Magnum, a gift from his father. Lucky bastard. All I ever got from my dad was a sore cheek.
While he has no problem dual-wielding handguns, Leon
Resident Evil 6, I would definitely play that. Resident Evil 6 is such a good action game, actually.
is extremely proficient in dealing damage with heavier weapons, such as the M203 grenade launcher or his ludicrous rocket launcher special.
This red-tipped wrecker of an RPG is far more powerful than an ordinary propelled grenade. The gun itself looks similar to a classic RPG-7 model, first used as an anti-tank weapon by the Soviet Union. Since the red grenade is so deadly, it's probably a thermobaric explosive booster, which can launch over 600 feet for a 60-foot wide explosion. That's more than enough to take down one of those bow wows.
Leon has plenty of experience with hand grenades, rifles, flamethrowers, etc., but one weapon stands above them all: his knife.
Oh yeah.
They didn't know how real they are, because in Resident Evil 4 Remake, the knife is like the most OP thing there is. That's why it has durability.
Leon's combat knife is way more than some plain old red cutter. He's practically magic when it comes to his skill with a knife. And if he gets hit, he'll be fine. Probably. I mean, he's wearing lightweight level 3 tactical body armor, which can stop bullets from a magnum and even some rifles. If he does take a hit, he's carrying some healing herbs, which he can also take a hit from, if you know what I'm saying.
He's not snorting drugs, Boomstick. Healing herbs have a history of being applied as an aerosol spray or ground up within paper.
Well, once Leon became the government's numero uno answer to all their zombie problems, he was stopping outbreaks all over the world. He had to pull off some awesome feats to do it. He even had to make some...
I love this scene. Man, instead of deciding to shoot him, he kicks him. Like a real game mechanic. Kicking just does more damage.
Some horrible sacrifices along the way, like that poor Ducati.
Leon is strong enough to crush a skull or even force open the jaws of a giant infected shark. The shark appears to be similar in size to a great white, which has a bite strength of nearly 2 tons of force.
There is always a need for goddamn fish monsters in Resident Evil. I don't think I've ever... Well, Resident Evil 2 has the alligator, I think. I think that counts. But there is never Resident Evil without a goddamn sea thingy roaming around.
That shit's crazy! And speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about Leon's relationship with boulders.
Relationship with what?
Boulders! You know, they're like really big rocks. Think you would know that. Well, he fought Chris Redfield to a standstill, the famous boulder puncher himself. And while Leon doesn't seem to have Chris's brute strength, he did push over this giant rock with a little help.
Leon is pretty quick too. He's dodged bullets, a moving laser grid, and even outraced this tyrant, which, according to the Inside of Biohazard guide, could run up to 43 miles per hour.
He's even thrown his trusty knife fast enough that this creepy guy didn't even react until,
The average time for a person to perceive and react to movement is a quarter of a second. Leon appears to be about 30 feet away from his target Salazar here, meaning he threw his knife around 80 miles per hour.
The average speed for most
Don't you do that? An average? Throwing your knife 80 miles per hour?
world-class knife throwers is only 35 miles per hour, so he's more than double that.
Leon is tough, having survived blows from various large and burly BOWs. He even matched the strength of Umbrella agent Jack Krauser. Krauser was strong enough to perform a 30-foot vertical jump. Generally, men can pull off a 2-foot vertical jump at most, making Krauser potentially 15 times stronger than the average man.
At this point, let's just say that Leon is basically superhuman. It's like he has zero weaknesses.
Au contraire, Boomstick, Leon has his fair share of baggage. He's pretty gullible, oftentimes tricked by those wilier than himself.
Go. Save yourself.
Is it just me, or does everybody always ignore what I say?
Like her? You think he just might be trying to get laid? Lord knows I've done a few dumb things on that quest. I don't know about his chances, though, rocking that hairdo.
But after more than 15 years of nightmarish catastrophes, Leon's mental state has become more fragile and more reliant on alcohol.
You...
This is also Vendetta. This is Resident Evil Vendetta. I used that as a meme image.
and me both, pal. He always needs a little chaos in his life, and when it comes down to it, that's what makes him such a friggin' badass.
Better try a new trick, cause that one's getting old.
Upon first impression, Frank West seems to just be your average
I have never played the Rising game. I don't know who Frank West is.
journalist, but he's far more than that.
I'll say, he's covered wars, you know.
As a photojournalist, Frank will regularly go far beyond the call of duty to uncover his next big scoop. It was this ironclad determination which led him to a mall in the town of Willamette, Colorado, where he found the zombie apocalypse.
What? Did you just say zombies?
But Frank's down to rough up dozens of zombies every now and then. And with his wrestling history...
But the game looks funny. Like, the game actually looks funny.
and battlefield experience, he's got the skills to do it.
Despite never having fired a gun at another person before Willamette, Frank discovered he's a natural when it comes to firearms.
He's handy with all sorts of guns, like pistols, shotguns, machine guns, and a beautiful minigun. Oh, I love it. He's even got a silver gun.
If they would redo this match now with the remake version of Leon, where he can just parry Gatling gunshots and cars, then this would look even worse.
Ghost, a unique pistol specifically designed for government agent Leon Hey, wait a minute.
But bullets can only last so long against a never-ending zombie horde, so Frank was forced to improvise.
And thanks to being in a shopping mall, he had plenty of options.
From obvious choices like sledgehammers, baseball bats, and chainsaws to out-of-the-box picks like shampoo, lipstick, lawnmowers, and a shopping cart, Frank...
It's a bit of a crazier version of Dying Light, pretty much. In terms of how they have to be creative with their weaponry, but this is like the crazy version. We can make this on TV.
has an uncanny ability to effectively weaponize pretty much anything he gets his hands on.
Garbage, toys, food, you name it. This guy does not overlook anything's death-dealing potential. He even uses his camera flash as a weapon.
His primary camera appears to be a Nikon D100, which has a flash color temperature of 6000 K, or crystal white. When used up close, it's nearly as effective on the eyes as a flashbang grenade.
Anyway, Frank survived the zombie horde with flying colors. His next step was obvious. Profit from it.
He became famous overnight. He was named the Hero of Willamette, hosted a TV show, and scored all sorts of endorsements.
His love of using baseball bats to smash zombie skulls in even landed him a great commercial deal with Deadwood Pro Baseball. Damn, so he's making tons of money off of killing people. My dream.
I know, right? All these zombies were technically people once, so when you really think about it, this whole situation is pretty
Freaking awesome! Living the dream, buddy. You earned it.
Anyway, fame is a fickle mistress, and it wasn't long until Frank's 15 minutes of fame were cut short. He eventually became a college teacher, but not before several more encounters with the undead kind.
And the more he fought him, the more creative he got about it.
Frank's greatest asset is his impressive ingenuity. With nothing but his blood, sweat, and tears,
And a shitload of duct tape,
Frank perfected the art of combination weapons.
like the paddle saw, where he took a kayak paddle and strapped on a couple chainsaws for a rip-roaring good time.
The electric crusher is an invention combining the power of a car battery with the weight of a sledgehammer, crafting a Mjolnir for mortals.
The Blitzkrieg is a freaking wheelchair, powered by a car battery, firing machine guns all over the place. Stephen Hawking could have even beat death with that.
He can make a laser sword by sticking a gem into a flashlight. Don't ask me how.
And the Reaper is the unholy union of sickle and samurai sword. Wow, and all that is just scratching the surface. He's even got combo vehicles, like the exosuit,
That's a suit made of slurping machines.
which shoots ice tornadoes. Talk about cool, pun intended.
Even stranger, Frank has used an arcade machine to miraculously copy some of the powers of fellow Capcom characters.
You're a wizard, Frankie.
No, he's not magic. These powers come directly from costumes most commonly obtained from the machine. For example, he can don Ryu's ki to perform hurricane kicks, or Mega Man X's armor complete with the Mega Buster.
You are what you wear. Speaking of costume changes, sadly, Frank eventually was caught by zombies and wound up becoming another mindless slave of the undead horde. But it's okay, he got better.
Frank has pulled off a lot of impressive feats. Despite having little formal training aside from maybe a 3-day combat journalist crash course, he's killed hundreds, maybe thousands of zombies, giving him one of the highest body counts in video game history.
He's really strong too.
Yeah, he's pretty much what I am in Dying Light.
He can pull a zombie's limbs and head off no problem. And in the exosuit, he's pushed around a 2-ton car.
He's tough enough to survive long falls and devastating helicopter crashes with little issues. And he's
Now I would like to see a death battle with what's his name? With Kai Crane.
quick enough to catch up to and board a train moving 15 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. He can even hop off zombies' heads like a ninja so well that the zombies barely even notice.
Wait, they don't notice that he's literally jumping off their heads? How the hell does he pull that off?
Very carefully. But Frank has fought more than just mindless zombies.
Yeah, like some crazy clowns with chainsaws and a freeze gun, and plenty of other psychomaniacs. This is my stuff! Including Lance Corporal Calder, the world's first intelligent soldier zombie.
Also, I think it's important to note many of these feats were performed in a span of 72 hours with no sleep or rest. According to a study on sleep deprivation in 2010, an average human's physical and mental health begins to severely deteriorate after 36 hours of no sleep, resulting in disorientation and even hallucinations.
Here I thought heavy drinking was the only way to legally hallucinate. Well, time to binge Netflix until I trip balls.
Whether by inhuman stamina or just a shit ton of adrenaline, Frank was in peak condition for twice as long as he should have been.
There's that journalist determination again. Sure, he may be a bit of a self-serving asshole, but he's pulled off the impossible more than once, even when he got into his 50s.
Once a survivor, always a survivor.
Snag your very own disposable Digi-Jeep disposable camera. It's fantastic. I mean it. Seriously, I need a raise.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, let me tell you about how you can be the MacGyver of the kitchen.
I'm gonna skip ads for this one. Well, since it's long overdue, they don't. None of these actually are any relevant at this point.
State officials are.
Time for a death battle!
Okay.
With the evacuation complete, state officials are prioritizing outbreak containment. Yet there
I like these pixel animations. They're kind of they're always good in a way.
are still reports of looters within the city. Who knows what these people think is worth braving certain doom to get?
Sweet! Just what
They're also, I think, the easiest to produce from them all.
I was looking for.
What are you doing? No one's supposed to be here.
Never stopped me before, pal. Batter up! See you in a flash, buddy. Oh, shit.
TMP. Leon activated his super speed. Bam. Bam. Man just blocked the goddamn shotgun shells with his ass.
Give it up, man. You can't keep up with me.
Wanna bet? I've covered wars, you know.
That's nice, but I fought them.
Lucky me.
And no, he's not using Leon's skin, but just Mega Man. Damn, I forgot something. Oh no. We are dropping frames. Oh no, I forgot to do something. No, we have video lags.
Shit.
Nice to meet you. Why don't you chill out?
Here we go.
It was ice fighting with you, buddy.
Game over.
Of all the possible endings, this is the stupidest one they could have chosen for Leon.
Something tells me Frank won't be coming back from the dead this time.
Frank's cheeky strategies and endlessly creative arsenal certainly put up a good fight.
Okay,
but
okay,
in the
we're
end,
returning.
Leon just had him beat in nearly every other category.
Frank was one tough cookie, but Leon's superhuman abilities were just more impressive. Frank's pushed a 2-ton car, right?
Yes, which is similar to Leon holding back the shark's 2-ton biting force. But his boulder feat was much more impressive. By comparing the
This is Resident Evil 6.
boulder's size to Leon, it appears to have weighed around 9 tons at minimum. While Leon did have help pushing it, even half of 9 tons is much heavier than anything Frank's lifted or pushed.
Leon and Frank seemed equally tough, but Leon was definitely quicker. Bullet timing, laser dodging, and hell, Leon's speed.
I love this. I love this. I love this man so much. His one-liners. The fact that he's like really crazy, superhuman. Like he's a goddamn action hero in a goddamn horror game.
And precision with his knife on its own is more impressive than any speed feat Frank's got.
But in the end, the most important question was whether or not Leon could cope with Frank's insane weaponry and unpredictable creativity.
But Leon's seen plenty of crazy shit in his career and fought lots of surprising and off-putting monsters.
His years of formal training and more consistent combat records certainly lent him the experience needed to win. He's survived numerous battles with enemies powerful enough to one-shot him, and he's shown plenty of creative strategy and critical thinking mid-fight.
Like when he fought Tyrant Glenn, using momentum from his own injuries and throwing a friggin' motorcycle through the air.
Vendetta. Oh yeah, the Resident Evil movies go crazy sometimes. I love them. The animated movies. The live action movies have nothing to do with anything. There was like the what was it? The director put his wife in it, I think, and then he was like, "Yeah, we just create this new character," and she just wakes up in a umbrella laboratory. No, the animation movies they feature Chris Redfield, Leon Scott Kennedy, Ada Wong. Did they feature Ada? I don't think so, actually. Sherry Birkin, all the known characters, or like more the main characters, right? I mean, what characters do we have in the Resident Evils? Claire Redfield, of course. I forgot the sister of Chris. We got one movie that features Leon, then one movie that features Leon, then one movie that features Chris. And well, Vendetta features Chris and Leon, and I think another one features pretty much all of them, being an all-star movie with like movie villains from the past movies and stuff.
Leon was just too fast, too strong, too experienced,
Been some time since I watched them.
and too badass. He was frankly on his game.
The winner is Leon Kennedy. Thanks for watching this episode of Deathbattles.
All right. This is a fun episode, but it's like pretty tame. Okay, time to get to my
Death Battle is sponsored by
my favorite Star Wars character of all time. Oh, look, Rooster Teeth. God damn it! Back then, 6 years ago, they were a thing back then. All right. Obi-Wan is my favorite. He is pretty much the embodiment of what a Jedi should be. He's my favorite Star Wars character.
Heroes come in many different forms. Some are heroic protectors.
And Kakashi was just a cool design. I love this design of Kakashi. And like the way he carried himself back in early Naruto. I never watched that much of Naruto. I was like more One Piece watcher back in the day.
Protectors of justice, and others are the teachers who guide us toward a brighter future.
And sometimes they're both, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jedi Master of the Galactic Republic from Star Wars.
And Kakashi
I also love his Clone Wars design. And there's his old design, Ben Kenobi. Man. This is, by the way, what the stream is gonna be. I will just love these characters. I will just nerd out about them. Oh no.
Kashi Hatake, the 6th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf and mentor to Naruto.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death.
By the way, this is the craziest crossover. Goddamn, Naruto and Star Wars. I would have never thought about that.
Battle. On the distant planet of Tatooine lived an elderly hermit known as Old Ben. His heart heavy with regret and stories to tell.
'Cause he wasn't just some crazy old coot. He used to be a badass samurai space wizard.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long
Master of trolling.
time. I love a good Obi-Wan liner.
Hello there.
As a child, Kenobi was inducted into the Jedi Order, warrior monks training in the Force over the course of their lives.
And he was trained by the one and only Liam Neeson. Well, until he was murdered by Space Satan.
Though not before they discovered a child of prophecy in Obi-Wan.
The way that Clone Wars and then Rebels made the story of Maul, at least the ending was really great, I think. And in my opinion, the ending was perfect of Maul and Old Ben at this point.
Obi-Wan's future pupil, Anakin Skywalker.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Eventually, Kenobi rose to the top ranks of the Order, becoming a Jedi Master. Just in time for 2 back-to-back galactic wars.
Sounds like fun when you've got his classic lightsaber.
This is Battlefront 2 remake. I loved the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 because of the space wars and the galactic wars there are, where you could like conquer the stars and stuff. These were really fun to play, but the newer ones did better Jedis, in my opinion. They did the Jedis better, and the Sith and stuff, like the hero characters. They made them better, but there are galactic wars missing.
Which can cut through basically anything with enough force. Get it?
Like in the original Battlefront 2, I never played any of the hero characters, or not much. I actually loved the clones more. I love the Phase 1 clone design.
Including the duranium armor of General Grievous, which can take volleys from starfighter cannons.
It's an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. 'Cause, mutilating and decapitating people left and right is way more honorable.
Kenobi has studied 7 forms of lightsaber combat, and is the undisputed master of Form 3, Soresu.
Which is all about defense and waiting for your opponent to make a mistake to land a finishing blow.
This is also the fighting style I would love to adapt to. Like, Soresu is pretty much my favorite kind of, and like the embodiment of the light side in terms of combat style.
Oh, he's so skilled, he can beat Sith
This ending scene for Maul.
lords in just seconds.
But Kenobi's most powerful weapon, or better put, ally, is the Force, an energy that exists almost everywhere. Jedi can tap into the Force to manipulate the world around them.
Like throwing stuff around with telekinesis. Everything from pulling down an airship to crushing someone else's organs.
While Kenobi prefers a more direct dueling approach, his power in the Force is nothing to scoff at. Many years after his time, he was explicitly compared to Jedi Knight Kip Duron, who could move a micro-singularity with a thought.
Speaking of thoughts, he can mess with your...
But you are not supposed to underestimate him. Even though he's one of the main characters. He is quite a strong character. But Obi-Wan at one point was pretty much the embodiment of the light side of the Force when he fought against Anakin on Mustafa.
Force with the Jedi mind trick. Like if he wanted to, he could get jizz stuck in your head.
Boomstick! Gross!
What? It's a type of music. Those aliens at Jabba's palace were playing it. They're called jizz whalers.
Huh. I bet Disney was real happy to learn about that one. Kenobi's Force abilities also include protective fields, illusions, and Tuda Minus, a technique for absorbing and redirecting energy attacks.
Even without a lightsaber. Oh, also, he can see the future.
To a certain extent, Jedi can glimpse the distant future through focused meditation, In battle, the Force can guide their movements, predicting danger in advance.
Kinda like a space spidey sense.
Exactly. With their incredible skill in the Force, Kenobi and Skywalker became a formidable duo.
Obi-Wan ranked up even more and became a general. He's a badass space pilot who can dogfight at near light speed.
According to an official novel, he can even react down to the nanosecond.
I don't know, Wiz. I've seen the movies and Jedi have never done shit like that.
Well, other mediums have greatly expanded upon Jedi capabilities. Some are even powerful enough to hold together entire planets.
Obi-Wan has fought an army while blindfolded, endured a blast from a starfighter, and battled the Sith Darth Vader. That's when he had to break out his most OP move of all, the high ground. By standing just a few feet above an opponent, Obi-Wan gains enormous extra powerfulness. He even warns you about it.
Server Anakin! I have the high ground!
It's foolproof.
Not exactly. Remember how Darth Maul had the high ground way back when? Against Obi-Wan himself?
Where do
No, we don't care about that. The high ground is a secret technique, only usable by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
you think he learned such an awesome move?
Okay, to have something out of HEMA, right? The high ground is really bad to defend. Defending the high ground is ass. You don't want the high ground. Unless you have the high ground in terms of your castles on high, and your enemies are riding up high, because that will make them weaker, as they have to exhaust themselves to get to you. And you can snipe them from up top, and your arrows and stuff have a better way to get to them. Shooting forward pretty much is more challenged by gravity than shooting downward. Also, other things could just roll down, like big rocks or stuff. So, the high ground is as in direct combat, in dueling, but the high ground is quite nice when you have a castle up there. That's why all the castles, at least where I live, are pretty much on mountains. Because the people fled up to the mountains and then protected themselves from up there down to the enemies.
Only Sith Satan
And then we invented guns.
could think of something so deadly.
Uh-huh. Either way, Obi-Wan sadly failed where it mattered most.
Ooh, that's definitely gonna be an F on the old Jedi report card. See me after class for an epic boss battle on a lava planet.
But defeating his fallen student is no small feat. Anakin could telekinetically move starships fast enough to intercept hypersonic missiles. Based on the scale of this dreadnought and the distance it moved, this would need an energy over 21 megatons of TNT.
And that was when he was a newbie. He basically became the most powerful Jedi and Sith in Space Wizard history.
However, Kenobi is extremely dedicated to his strict Jedi code.
Don't let the Legends people hear that. Wait, Vader, the strongest Sith? But what's with the pre-war stuff? The previous era? The old Republic? Didn't we have Revan there? Wasn't he stronger? Didn't we have Darth Nihilus? Wasn't he stronger?
Potentially to a fault. It's debatable if he ever...
I don't like Legends in Star Wars. Star Wars Legends did break so much from the actual canon. And that's my hot take.
learned from this mistake. After all, he told Luke Skywalker that the only way to ever become a Jedi would be to kill his own father. And he even tried to trick him into never figuring out that fact in the first place.
Dick move, Obi. Dick move.
But even in his worst moments, Obi-Wan Kenobi always fought for the sake of others. He would battle his dark apprentice one last time, sacrificing his life in service of a new hope.
And then he became a ghost!
Don't ruin the moment.
Strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Shinobi, Hokage.
Before getting to the Shinobi, the last line was just pretty interesting, right? Strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine. And that's kind of true if the Force goes.
Mentor, friend,
And porn addict!
Kakashi Hatake is all of these, and generally a pretty relaxed guy for someone raised as a ninja assassin.
You wouldn't know it at first glance that his childhood sucked balls. Like when his dad committed seppuku because he saved his friends instead of prioritizing a mission.
In the shadow of disgrace, this cruel methodology of the ninja and his father's great mistake tore young Kakashi apart.
Reminds me of my dad.
What was his great mistake?
Well, that's a village of ninjas, I guess.
He called it Boomstick.
Oh. Despite his hardship, Kakashi proved himself a prodigy, becoming a Genin at age 5, a Chunin at age 6, and a Jonin at age 12.
That says nothing to me.
Those of us who don't speak anime, he might as well have been doing ninja rocket science in the womb.
He quickly mastered the use of chakra, a form of spiritual energy within all individuals that ninja can shape and weaponize. This
Damn, Kashi is not as tall as me.
is ninjutsu.
He can walk up walls, heal wounds, and even make clones of himself. Plus, he's a master of taijutsu, aka punching people. But his deadliest technique of all is the 1,000 years of death!
Leaf Village Secret Finger Jutsu! 1,000 years of death!
Oh, that's gonna get you on a list. Naruto's like 12.
Chakra can also be molded into nature itself, and Kakashi can use it for numerous elemental attacks.
Sure, he can shoot fireballs or dunk you with water, but his favorite is lightning. Lightning zaps, lightning clones, lightning dogs? That's awesome! How do I get one of those?
He's even invented a lightning ninjutsu technique, the Chidori. By gathering electric chakra into his hand or a kunai, he becomes capable of piercing just about anything.
Even a bolt of actual lightning. Take that, nature! Man triumphs over you once again.
This is where Kakashi's own Chidori got its moniker, Raikiri, Lightning Cutter.
Ooh, now I know what I'm gonna name my lightning dog.
The Chidori does have a downside though. Its speed and power are so great they give the user tunnel vision and make the attack generally uncontrollable.
Basically, once you kick on the gas, you're zooming straight ahead, no matter what happens. Although, Kakashi eyed just the thing to fix it.
Long story short, he was drafted into a war alongside his friends Rin and Obito.
Shit went down and Kakashi lost an eye, so Obito handed over one of his when he decided to sacrifice his life. Holy shit! Why don't I have any friends like that? Liz, give me your eye.
No!
I'll give it back, I promise.
Obito's eye wasn't an ordinary eye. He was an Uchiha, and this was a Sharingan.
With his Sharingan, Kakashi not only got some control over his Chidori, but he can see a person's chakra, predict their movements, dupe your brain with genjutsu, and even copy jutsu techniques. He's such a filthy plagiarist that he's stolen over 1,000 jutsus in 14 years.
Although since Kakashi is not an Uchiha, he can't exactly turn the Sharingan off.
And then Rin jumped in front of his Raikiri and kicked the bucket too. Man, this guy can't catch a break.
And yet, unimaginable loss is exactly what is needed to unlock the Sharingan's next stage, the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Oh yeah! With the Mankey Eye, he can cast Kamui, basically sucking objects or people into another dimension. Sure, it uses up a lot of his chakra pool, but it's a pretty clever instant win move.
The concept of trauma granting new power fascinates me. So,
Yeah, that's a nice feature.
I've stolen Boomstick's entire beer hoard and placed it in a secure room with 200 tons of TNT.
Wait, what? Oh! You monster! What have you done?
Do you feel anything?
Just thirsty, sober, and punchy.
Punchy?
Next round's on Wiz. Well, for Kakashi, everything sort of worked out in the end. He became a teacher, and this new generation of ninja helped him learn that his dad was right all along. Friends do come first, unless they blow up all your beer. Wake up!
He's held his own against top-tier ninja like Zabuza, Pain, and even his old friend Obito.
Back from the
Cut through rock with lightning blade. Intercepted a lightning bolt.
dead and evil now, because why not? Kakashi can definitely compare to fellow ninja master Jiraiya, who can blow up mountains. That takes over 18 megatons of TNT.
And he's caught and sliced lightning. Based on the distance it moved before he caught it, he must have reacted within 70 microseconds and moved over 2,000 times the speed of sound.
Sounds like ninja president material to me. Not too shabby for a guy who likes to read porn in public. Did I forget to mention that? Because he totally does.
Kakashi of the Sharingan is nothing if not full of surprises.
Right now, all I can give you is just death.
Kakashi was like I will not lie. Kakashi was my kind of edgelord. Okay, while what was it? Like, god damn, I forgot the name. oh god. Who was the last one surviving from the clan? Oh god. No, I forgot. Well, I was never a fan of the normal edgelords or the rowdy types. Kakashi was my kind of guy. Just like Leon before.
All right, the combat.
But at the end, his opponent is Obi-Wan. In my opinion, the best Jedi.
Are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, you know what's the best friend for teachers like these two? Beer! This episode of Death Battle is super special because it's sponsored by my favorite beer, Miller Lite.
It's tough connecting with friends while we're all stuck at home, but as the original license.
So,
wait a second, stuck at home 6 years ago. God damn, that was 2020. Oh god, how time flies. Oh god.
Grab one for yourself, because right now it's time for a death battle!
Another happy landing. Huh? Hello there.
Hold it. You're in Konoha territory. I have some questions, if you'll come with me.
You want to go home and keep reading your book?
I want to go home and keep reading my book. After I kick your ass!
I also love the iconic posing from Obi-Wan. Oh no. What is he doing? Oh, okay, now my OBS has it. But very interesting that they went for the 3D variants, like the more or less game-fied 3D live action things. Unlike although both characters, like one character originates from anime, and the other one has anime therein. So they could have gone like just like the half anime with both characters, like the Clone Wars style.
Had enough?
Well now, you've fallen for the deadliest stratagem we ninja know. 1,000 years of death.
Don't try it! I have the high ground!
I guess I have the high ground.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, it came back, I think. Maybe? What's my things doing?
Most impressive. But I see you. Fire style.
Yeah, you can see the thing is Jedi are not overly great in hand-to-hand combat. Like they can do it, but they're not overly great in that. Also, this is only possible if they equalize the verses, which is impossible. This is impossible. The force is an outer force, while chakra is an inner force. so he can technically do that. But if you give him chakra, I guess. That's why he can break free from it.
Be mindful of your thoughts, Obi-Wan. They betray you.
Don't give up. Trust in the Force.
He got mauled.
So uncivilized.
KO! Well, Kakashi may have been able to beat
They gave Obi-Wan the most anime last attack.
Obi too, but he just couldn't handle Obi-Wan. Got him.
Kakashi's wide array of moves certainly kept Kenobi on his toes, but the Jedi's arsenal was far more powerful and versatile than you might think.
Yeah, like how chakra is an internal life energy with a limited supply, but the Force is external and everywhere. Obi-Wan couldn't exactly run out of it, and Kakashi couldn't copy.
Exactly. Not like the thing is, Obi-Wan is really, 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 really disciplined of a character, especially with the Force. He went through so much that he can't get brought out of it anymore. He is really strong with the Force.
Force techniques, because, I mean, he's using external Force, not internal chakra. Totally different.
As for brute power, Ninja Mountain busting and Anakin's Dreadnought telekinesis were fairly comparable. However, Kenobi matched Anakin's Force power well after he had become far stronger than that.
This is the chosen one we're talking about here. Other Jedi have done some crazy stuff, like
yeah, like I said in the beginning, he was pretty much channeling just the light side of the Force. Like the pure light side of the Force. He was pretty much the embodiment of it at that fight.
throwing a fleet of Star Destroyers out of a solar system in seconds and stopping a whole planet from going kaboom. Oh, and you know how Obi-Wan tore apart Grievous's armor with his bare hands in Revenge of the Sith?
The same armor designed to survive starship cannons. It withstood a blast that annihilated a subterranean city and almost collapsed the surface of a planet.
I seriously doubt Obi is physically strong enough to rip that armor apart. But apparently the Force is.
Even Kamui wasn't a reliable option, since Kenobi's reaction speed was nearly 70,000 times faster than Kakashi's. More than quick enough to avoid Kamui, especially with his precognition.
But we can hear you shouting in the back. What about Kakashi's dual Mangekyo Sharingan that Obito gave him? And the perfect Susanoo?
It's difficult to justify granting those to Kakashi at all, because they aren't really his. He could only use them when Obito's spirit briefly possessed his body.
Even if he did, the results probably wouldn't change much. Remember that Kip guy who moved a black hole? Yeah, he was directly compared to Obi-Wan by Luke himself.
If we're to take that at face value, this means Kenobi could theoretically call upon the Force to exert nearly 14 petatons of TNT.
Way more than what Kakashi was packing. And even then, Obi-Wan could just crush his organs. Shit, man, don't mess around with Jedi.
I know it can seem strange to hear about Jedi being this powerful and deadly, but think of it this way. Part of the reason why the Jedi Code is so strict is because of this immense power at their fingertips. The Code tries to keep them, civilized in a way.
But when you enter a death battle, throw those morals out the window. We're looking for who wins a no-holds-barred fight to the death.
Kakashi had many impressive tools, tricks, and techniques, but Kenobi's brilliant speed, overwhelming force, and greater level of power won this bout.
In the end, Obi won.
The winner is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
From a certain point of view.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Death.
From a certain point of view. All right, let's get into 2 death battles. Which one? Okay. Iron Man vs. Lex Luthor has my favorite Iron Man armor ever. And Batman vs. Iron Man is one of the coolest deployments of Iron Man himself. Let's get into it.
Technology. It improves our lives, lets you watch cool shows on the internet, and sometimes it can help you to rival gods.
Like with Iron
Okay,
Man.
okay. This is an old episode. We're gonna get through this. But I will just let them talk for now. I will not yet nerd out. I will nerd out once we get to the next episode of, of Iron Man.
And the Armored Avenger.
And Lex Luthor, arch nemesis of Superman.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. There are the talented. There are the prodigies. And then there's Anthony Edward Stark.
Please, he prefers Tony.
Howard and Maria Stark ruled a $9 billion military tech empire. They could have anything they ever wanted, except a child.
Then Howard met an alien who decided to build a baby for them.
Fearing humanity would perish to more advanced alien races, this child was genetically engineered to lead the world to a new tech age. But that was Arno Stark. We don't speak of him. When Howard and Maria were disappointed with what they'd created, they adopted Tony instead.
Yep, that's the secret origin to Tony Stark. Didn't see that coming, did ya?
Despite not being the alien-engineered child of prodigy, Tony's gifted intelligence and world-changing destiny were obvious at an early age. He graduated from MIT with top honors and a physics and engineering double major when he was just 19 years old.
But since this is a superhero origin, it wasn't long before tragedy struck. And by struck, I mean a car crash, and by tragedy, I mean his parents. So all of a sudden, Tony was an orphan. But on the bright side, it also made him the sole heir of Stark Industries. Nice.
With the entire family fortune at his fingertips, Tony pursued a life of reckless indulgence and mechanical tinkering. War was his income, and he enjoyed every bit of it until the day his eyes were opened.
Yeah, open with a shrapnel-filled irony bomb.
Held captive by terrorists in Afghanistan, Tony learned the bomb left shrapnel in his heart, which would kill him in a week. The terrorists gave Tony an ultimatum: construct weapons for them and receive treatment, or be left to die.
But being Tony Stark, he chose door number 3. He built a space-age pacemaker to save his own life, and then built a mech suit around it and murdered his way to freedom. This taught Stark one of life's most important lessons. Heroes aren't born, they're built. A lesson which also made for a pretty sweet tagline.
My turn.
God, I love the Iron Man movies almost as much as Blade. Blade and Iron Man are my favorite like Marvel heroes. I had to think about who else I like from Marvel.
But Tony's heart was changed in more ways than one that day. Upon returning to America, he nullified all weapons development at Stark Industries and dedicated his life to saving the world in his own way.
Yeah, we're not talking like just donating to charity and being kind to your neighbor.
This is from the Iron Man anime. I actually watched the anime. There is a Blade anime as well, and I really like the Blade anime. I don't like the Iron Man anime.
Tony,
Not that the anime is bad per se. It's just that the Iron Man anime is like really mecha in the in Japanese sense mecha, and I don't like mecha anime.
Came a one.
Iron Man is like such an exception to the rule for what I like, but he's like just a man in the armor, and a man in the armor is cool again. A man in the mecha armor is not cool. My second hot take of this video, of the stream.
Man army of justice, and began creating a new and improved armored suit that the public would eventually dub Iron Man. And then he made another one, and another one, and another, and then he made like a shitload more.
The Iron Man suits are numerous, but they typically come with a common base set of tools.
Yeah, I like his normal suit. I think the third one he made. I like this one most, or Mark 5. What else? Because of the base design, it's just so good. The Mark 50, for example, I don't really like it anymore. It's too smooth, I guess.
Generally composed of a gold titanium alloy, his standard suits have the strength to lift up to 100 tons, fly at supersonic speeds, and come with an onboard intelligence system called Jarvis, which controls his weaponry and can summon other suits at his beck and call.
And for good measure, these babies come loaded head to toe with weaponry. I'm talking shoulder-mounted darts, anti-tank missiles, an EMP, and the Iron Man.
I also love Iron Man's music. The Iron Man music is just so good. Like this classic rock.
And staple, laser beams.
These repulsor blasts draw power directly from the reactor in Tony's chest or chest piece, depending on the time period, to fire high-mass negatively charged muons as a concussive energy attack. Most commonly, these are fired from the palms of his suit.
But if the situation calls for a bit more firepower, he can blast an even larger beam directly from his chest piece. Unibeam!
All of these features come standard in his most often used suit, Model 13, the modular armor.
This armor specializes in adaptability, allowing Tony to swap out its individual pieces for one suited to the mission at hand. Oh, and it also has an extra casing known as Iron Man Armor Model 14. But you can just call it Hulkbuster.
As the name implies, this upgrade
That, for example, is already too big for me.
was built to contend with one of the universe's strongest beings. With a combination of magnetic and hydraulic technology, in addition to the strength of the modular armor, the Hulkbuster can deliver far more powerful punches and hold its ground against the Incredible Hulk, who is strong enough to lift a 150 billion ton mountain.
But his most advanced armor yet comes in the form of his Endosim armor, part
I love this armor. Superior Iron Man. His symbiote armor. Superior Iron Man technically survived quite for a long time in the comics. But if it's like a full armor set, like this armor as a full armor set with the helmet on and stuff, I really love this design.
metal.
And the fact how it works.
Part scary space alien parasite, Tony can summon it telepathically, use it to imprison his foes, and even suck up electromagnetic fields. Electricity.
It can tank hits from Storm's lightning and shoot repulsor beams so powerful they can injure metahumans who are normally able to absorb energy.
Although Tony is a
This armor, Superior Iron Man itself, is one of the first comics I actually bought.
mere man who finds himself fighting with and against unimaginably powerful beings, he has proven time and time again that technology can compete with the world's greatest superheroes.
He can survive blows from Thor's hammer, hold his own against Captain America, and move faster than an Extremis-enhanced superhuman's eye can track.
Not to mention his suit can actually learn and predict its opponent's next move and withstand the fury of several nuclear bombs. Do not underestimate the Golden Avenger.
That being said, for all their power, the Iron Man suits are hardly flawless.
They've been known to
Well, that was his first suit, okay. His second suit.
malfunction in life-threatening ways and consume too much power too quickly, leaving Tony helpless.
Tony frequently pushes his suit and his body to their absolute limits and past them. And his reckless headfirst mentality is responsible for landing him in trouble just as much as it is for getting him out of it. This has led to him setting off a civil war between superheroes and pissing off the all-powerful Phoenix Force into killing Charles Xavier.
What? Charles? But he's the Iron Man.
And he once built a device capable of releasing 20,000 megatons of atomic energy. That's 3 times more than all of the Earth's known nuclear weapons combined.
And then he just blasted it straight into the ground! All because he wanted to see what was at the Earth's core.
It didn't work out. But Tony's most diabolical nemesis isn't the Mandarin or even Ultron. It's his lifelong battle with alcoholism.
Did you say something?
So true. Ultron can take over the universe, but alcoholism takes over him.
Superman is among the most powerful characters in all of fiction. He can destroy planets, withstand supernovas, and fly faster than light itself.
What kind of person could possibly be the arch nemesis to someone like him? They'd have to be like a god made of magic kryptonite.
Wrong! Nope, just a mortal man with a passion for business, swindling, and green trench coats. Lex Luthor. Alexander Joseph Luthor began his rise to the top from the very bottom. As a
Don't get me wrong, I like green, but it's a bit much green.
child, he lived in a rundown
He's like a cheap Green Lantern.
section of Metropolis called the Suicide Slum. Yes, it was that bad. Under abusive parents, it was only by sheer willpower that Lex moved on to a better life.
Yeah, willpower and some good old-fashioned social Darwinism. His parents died in a car crash when their car's brakes failed, leaving Lex alone. Don't feel bad for a second. He used their life insurance money to get out of the ghetto and start his own company. And he's the one who rigged their brakes!
Although founded through some legally questionable means, the infamous LexCorp successfully spread its influence throughout virtually all of Metropolis. In time, Lex came to practically run the city itself, taking ownership.
By the way, I love what they did with this episode, actually. When we get there, I love what they did with this episode.
Of nearly every media outlet, Luthor's positive public image went practically unopposed.
But everything changed when the Man of Tomorrow showed up.
In Lex's eyes, Superman was a massive issue for mankind. If humans no longer had to solve problems themselves, they would surely become a weaker race, completely dependent upon this otherworldly savior.
So Lex began his crusade to remove him from the equation, and then promptly insert himself as the ruler of humanity.
Lex is a cunning strategist and mechanical genius who prefers to place his opponents in unwinnable situations. However, if physical strength is required, he dons the mighty warsuit.
Must I remind you of my superiority?
The warsuit is a powerful battle armor created by Superman's other arch-nemesis, the alien god known as Darkseid, and it's been further enhanced by Luthor's own designs.
Forged in the fiery pits of Apocalypse, Lex's warsuit is no ordinary piece of machinery.
This was the DC MMO, I think. DC Universe or something.
Despite its less than sleek appearance.
It's the beginning scene where all the heroes lost. That's why you have to go there now.
It comes equipped with force field.
Which, if you actually know what all the heroes can do, this does not make sense at all.
Gauntlet blades, a giant kryptonite axe, and energy blasts powered by kryptonite generators.
It can also fly and has enough strength and durability.
In a way, Lex Luthor is kind of like the dark Batman in a way in DC. In the sense that he is just like a super genius that gets his gadgets and stuff. But he never went really into the physical stuff as Batman did.
Ability to go up against Superman himself.
Despite how capable the warsuit is, you may feel it has an obvious weak spot. The giant hole where his head is. But old Q-Ball's chrome dome is actually protected by an invisible force field. He just wants his opponents to know exactly who's beating the shit out of him.
Hello, sunshine.
Lex's weaponry goes beyond an alien metal suit. In addition to his brilliant strategic mind, he has also surrounded the Earth with dozens of satellites bearing his name.
Their purpose? A gigantic game of space laser hot potato.
I love that he catches the space laser and then throws it on the enemy instead of just shooting it at the enemy.
Being a genius multi-billionaire, it's no surprise that Lex's accomplishments match the expectations. He's equaled Deathstroke in combat, stabbed Supergirl, snapped Brainiac's neck, and defeated Power Girl in a single stroke.
You can't blame him. I mean, I don't think anyone could handle more than a single stroke with Power Girl.
However, Lex is not solely dependent on his warsuit. He sometimes subjects himself to a kryptonite steroid, which has made him much stronger than an ordinary human. Capable of surviving wounds nobody reasonably should.
Yeah, Like the time when a giant gorilla shot him in the chest with a sniper rifle, knocking him out of a helicopter off the edge of a cliff and landing headfirst in a canyon. He was up and banging his robot chick in like a day. Oh yeah, he built a robot version of Lois Lane for, you know, sex and murder.
Because Lex always wants what he cannot have. And his know-how with robotics goes past insane and into absurd. While confined to a prison cell, he built a talking flying robot that reads Moby Dick at such a high frequency it carved out an escape route through the floor itself, including perfectly shaped stairs.
But most diabolical of all, when no one was looking, Lex Luthor took 40 cakes. He took 40 cakes, Wiz! That's as many as 4 tens, and that's terrible.
Strange thing is, that's actually officially canon.
Bastard! Luthor's hatred of Superman and drive to win are stronger than any machine he could create. Take, for example, the time Superman threw a satellite at LexCorp Tower, bringing the building down on top of poor old Lex. This left the guy with half his face ripped off, all 4 limbs blasted away, and he was impaled in 5 different places. Even like that, he still refused Superman's help. Wiz, if that ever happens to me, do me a solid and kill yourself in front of me so my dream of outliving you is complete.
Never gonna happen. But it's also that same cocky independence that serves as Lex's greatest downfall. When he merged with the Zone Child, whoa! It's not what you think. He gained, and I quote, infinite power.
And a secure spot on somebody's watch list.
The only catch was he could not use this power to harm others. But because all he wanted to do was kill Superman, he tried it anyway.
So Superman just straight up punched the god out of him.
Well, that's hardly accurate.
Come on, how else would you describe that?
Fair enough. Even so...
I mean, this man is way, way, way too focused on Superman. He could have done great, great things with his intelligence. But he's just super focused on Superman. Completely sidestepping his original goals with that, more or less.
So, when the Earth is threatened, you can count on Lex Luthor to look his enemies in the eye and fight for his people. And then exploit the hell out of him afterward.
You know what happens when you take on Lex Luthor? The same thing that's gonna happen to Superman!
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, we don't want you to have horrible, earth-shattering regret by missing the best party in gaming. So we're gonna tell you about it.
Alright, guys. We are not in 2015 anymore. Sadly. So we're gonna skip the ad. Also, I have 2 videos ahead of me. And I kind of want to get through to them. Because this stream is not doing well. I don't think a second stream will do better. And unlike the Obi-Wan and Kakashi fight, actually, this one makes sense to make it like this 3D models and stuff.
Sir, we have a visitor.
All clear. What a joke.
I love the dynamic they're gonna have during this entire battle.
Hands off, Baldy. What's that you got there? Oh, yeah. It's mine. I'll send you the bill.
Actually, sir, I should probably remind you, the contents of this warehouse belong to Miss Potts.
Pepper?
I'll forward the estimated damages fee to Hurricane.
Great. Be discreet about it.
One of us has to be.
Remember my face, Stark. It'll be the last thing you ever see.
His systems are confusing my targeting. Also, adding 2 million to your chances.
Not now, Jarvis. What have we got here?
I am having difficulty determining the suit's alloy. Alien, perhaps.
My suit.
Standing here, I realize
It's invincible.
How about this part?
I thought you were smart.
Hey, you're the one who looks like a giant rusty trash can with legs. No judging.
I love how one is totally serious and the other jokes around all the time.
Sir, I estimate that will be a $583 million fee.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That one's on him. Here we go. Activate the
It's like Iron Man doesn't even take this fight serious.
EMP.
What? Possible.
All right. Come to mama. Yeet-ho!
And why is he throwing the goddamn Batmobile instead of just attacking him directly?
Wait, is that the...
That one might actually make a dent in your wallet.
What are you talking about? It's just a car. Seriously? What kind of car was that? Where do I get one of those?
Wake up, sunshine.
Watch your left.
Thanks for the fun, Stark. It was... smashing.
I like that this is the first fake out.
No problem, pal. Thanks for the suit.
That current damaged your battery. Power is at 15% and dropping fast. I recommend a new plan of attack.
I have a plan. Attack!
Power at 10%.
Call that power? You are nothing.
Jarvis, reroute all power to the arm and leg hydraulics.
I have seen true power. You are nothing more than another ant to crush under my... How about that?
Good night, cue ball. What's going on?
Back then everything was a bit janky 11 years ago. God damn.
We're out of power.
Figures.
Fool, you're just like all the rest. Building a suit to save the world. Trying to play God.
Get ready for peak.
Let me tell you something, Stark. There's only one man in the world fit to play such a role. Me.
I don't know, Lex. Being a god can't be too hard. I mean, I'm the most intelligent, capable person on the planet. I'm not playing God. All this time, I've been playing human. I'll take this.
What? What did you take?
Everything.
Here's the big one.
That was Pepper's building, wasn't it?
Phone call from Miss Potts.
Tell her I'm not here. I'm jogging.
Already answered, sir.
Tony?
Hi, Pepper. How are you?
Why did Jarvis just deposit $5 billion for collateral damage?
I'm not here. I'm jogging.
By the way, I did play this completely without any pause, this final section, because it's just perfect. It's just perfect. You know, you get the second fake out, right? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, you get a second fake out.
Let me tell you something, Stark. There's only one man in the world fit to play such a role. Me.
Then you get something like the feel of face transition, right?
I don't know, Lex. Being a god can't be too hard. I mean, I'm the most intelligent, capable person on the planet. I'm not playing God. All this time, I've been playing human.
This is a line straight off the comic, but it's said in a way more chill way. This is straight out of the first issue of Superior Iron Man. All this time, I've been playing human. Being a god can't be too hard. I mean, if 4 can do it. Then the music sets in, and then...
I'll take this.
What? What did you...
Remember the Superior Iron Man armor. Like, it's actually amazing. This is one of his best up to today. With its skill set alone.
You take
everything. Alright. Next to the next Death Battle movie. The next Death Battle. Batman.
Right now, use code BATTLE at checkout.
Versus... No, we don't want toys.
These two mortal men have used...
Man, Marvel's genius billionaire playboy philanthropist.
These two mortal men have used their intellect and determination to take their place alongside gods.
And being filthy stinking rich sure doesn't hurt either. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
That's right. He's back.
Let's be honest. Iron Man has just so much goddamn suits.
In case you're one of the many psycho supervillains.
Every death battle is just, oh no, let's showcase another of his suits off.
Stalking the streets of Gotham City, I would make peace with whatever god you pray to, because they won't save you from the goddamn Batman.
But before he dressed like a giant rodent and employed little boys in booty shorts as meat shields, he was Bruce Wayne, scion of the multi-billion-dollar company Wayne Enterprises.
Until Mommy and Daddy got 360 no-scope, leaving Bruce with a void inside him that could only be filled by the never-ending quest for justice and vengeance.
That night, Bruce Wayne died, and the Batman was born. He would devote his life to perfecting his body and mind to become more than human. He would transcend his own mortality into legend. a nightmare to haunt evildoers till the end of time.
Jesus Christ! I feel like Zoloft and therapy would work too, but okay, whatever works.
Batman's resume is absurd. He's mastered 127 martial arts, trained in stealth and assassination, and is a super genius with a photographic memory. He's the world's greatest detective, bar none.
Like how the League of Shadows needs to keep erasing Batman's memories because he keeps finding their secret bases. Or
Photographic memory is such a superpower in itself already, like in our human world. Photographic memory is just way too stupidly overpowered.
the time he found a dead body with no entry or exit wound and a 40-year-old bullet nearby, and somehow determined it must have been fired backwards in time.
Despite being a master marksman, escape artist, forensic scientist, mechanical engineer,
and ninja,
one of Batman's assets stands above them all.
His fat stacks! Bats has poured his billions into tactical armor and gadgets for every conceivable situation. If there's one word to describe Batman, it's prepared.
Made of reinforced Kevlar and titanium, his batsuit can resist knives and gunfire, and even protected him from this massive explosion. Judging by the size of the detonation, Batman's distance from the epicenter, and the surface area of his body, he must have withstood a blast of nearly 60 tons of TNT.
His cowl comes with night vision, infrared, and a radio, while his utility belt is chock full of smoke bombs, nerve toxins, a grappling hook, and batarangs, which he can control mid-air and set to explode.
It was these tools that allowed Batman to wage his one-man war on crime.
But once he got over his angsty loner phase, he helped found the Justice League of America in order to bring his personal brand of Bat Justice to the entire world.
And Batman's knack for schemes and preparation skyrocketed the match, turning...
Yeah, it's a Green Lantern on his side, man. A Green Lantern takes over, like, part of the galaxy. Alone.
Turning him into the Bat God we all know and mean. Like the time he developed a backup personality that would ensure he functions as Batman in case of a psychological attack that drove him mad. A backup human operating system. Like a computer, but it's his brain.
He even has plans tailored to his teammates' weaknesses should they ever go rogue. He's developed contingencies for everything, which is why Bats comes prepared with extra suits for any occasion.
Like his Nightfall exosuit to battle Bane, or the Justice Buster, which he obviously designed to combat the Justice League. He even got a final Batsuit from his sixth dimensional self that can rewrite your mind.
But my favorite is his stylish zebra suit, which he wore after getting weird Magneto powers. They just made his suit look like this for some reason. There's also the Rainbow Batman suits, the Suit of Sorrows, and of course, the Bat Nipples. Chicks dig the Bat Nipples. All paid for with the Bat credit card. Never leave the cave without it.
But perhaps his greatest suit of armor, the one designed to put him on the same level of insane mind-bending power as his league teammates, is the Hellbat.
AKA the single coolest looking thing ever invented.
Forged by Superman in the heart of the sun, each member of the Justice League contributed to this monstrous mech's abilities.
And boy does it show, the Hellbat is absolutely hardcore.
Made of nanokinetic mesh, it can shapeshift around Batman's body and operates via telepathic link.
It can fly, turn invisible, and fire a bat-shaped chest laser. And by diverting all the suit's power into his fists, he can use the Devastator, a punch powered by Wonder Woman's strength. And she's strong enough to yank the frickin' Earth around. Though it does have a 95% chance of giving old Bats a heart attack.
Which he has given himself to save all of Gotham City on at least one occasion. It's that level of insane drive that pushed him to use the Hellbat in his one-man invasion of Apocalypse in order to bring his son back to life.
You know, Apocalypse, home to the god of evil himself, Darkseid. Batman stared down the final boss of DC Comics and actually kicked his ass.
This is incredible, considering Darkseid is a being strong enough to destroy entire universes and fast enough to fly to the edge of the universe in seconds. Since the DC universe is significantly larger than our own, that would be over 600 quintillion times the speed of light.
That same Darkseid avatar even took a Shoryuken from Alan Scott, who was amped up from the energy of the multiverse. And Bats cleaned his clock just as hard.
But this incalculable strength is drawn from Batman's own life force, specifically his metabolism.
And that's quite a big downside.
Should any fight with the Hellbat go on too long, Batman may succumb to its hunger before finishing the fight himself. Or absorb someone else's biomass for fuel. That works too.
So basically, you'd have to be completely batshit insane to pilot this thing. And yeah, sorry to break it to you, but the grown man that wears his underwear on the outside isn't all there.
In keeping with being a perfectionist, though, he's completely aware of this. That's why he does not kill. Because if he did, he understands that he can't trust himself to know when to stop.
Batman has outsmarted the nigh-omniscient Metron, defeated his dark counterpart, the Batman Who Laughs, and humiliated Superman in a one-on-one fight. No, wait, that one's not canon. That one he technically had held. Yeah, that one!
Although many of his greatest accomplishments have been aided by his exceptional prep work and foreknowledge, he's no stranger to being put on the spot, even in the face of Armageddon. Who else would kick the Spectre, the Angel of Wrath, God's divine judgment, in the face, and then tell him to get the hell out of his city?
I'll tell you who. The goddamn motherfucking na Batman!
My parademons arrive soon.
Think I haven't planned for this?
You would be forgiven for doubting the destiny of genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist Tony Stark.
Yeah, because you can add massive prick to that list too.
Tony's parents died when he was still young, leaving the mind-bogglingly brilliant prodigy to inherit a multi-billion-dollar tech company.
With mommy and daddy's purse strings, Tony decided to live it up and down in booze and the ladies.
Which was problematic considering he made his fortune as a part of a military-industrial complex, selling devastating high-tech arms to the highest bidder.
And Tony got to see his handiwork firsthand when it literally blew up in his face.
Tony never had much of a heart to begin with, but after that, he literally had even less. Unlike so many men of weaker spirit, though, Tony refused to give up. He was made of tougher stuff. He was made of iron.
So he built himself a robot suit to bust the hell out of there. And when he got back to the good old US of A, he devoted his life.
Also, Iron Man got Robert Downey Jr. after Robert Downey Jr. played him. Because he just fit the role so good in the movies that the comics were like, okay, no, this is Tony Stark. This is Iron Man.
To protecting the world from the kinds of weapons he helped make by making an even better robot suit and becoming a superhero.
I am Iron Man.
Building new suits of armor wasn't just a hobby for Tony, but an obsession. Over the course of his long career as a founding member of the Avengers, he has constructed dozens of different models, which he can call to him at once like a literal one-man army.
Most of his armors come with the same basic toolkit: super strength, massively hypersonic flight, and repulsor blast.
Repulsors are extremely dense beams of muons, unstable subatomic particles similar to electrons. They're
Right, there was an Iron Man game. I forgot.
actually really interesting. See, they're classified as
Oh, is this the Marvel game that was came out?
leptons, which don't have any known substructures. Just sort of like...
It's a laser!
Just suck the fun out of it. His armors also come with onboard AI, like Friday, which can hack into enemy technology, command his other suits to fight
No,
remotely.
we are at Friday. Last episode we were like at Jarvis. But no, we stepped one up.
And operate down to the picosecond. That's 1/trillionth of a second.
Even outdated armors are strong enough to blow up a chunk of rock as big as Manhattan. By taking a look at its speed, Tony's armor would have had to be hidden with an energy of nearly 300 teratons of TNT. That's 3 times stronger than the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Years spent defending the Earth has conditioned Tony to be prepared for any threat imaginable, and he has an armor for almost any occasion.
He's got an armor to bust Hulks, an armor to bust Thors, an armor that can turn intangible, a super tiny armor that can mess with your insides, and an armor made of white sticky alien goo. Definitely not legal in all 50 states.
Gross. In order to remain as flexible as possible, though, his standard go-to is the Model Prime. It has all the classic Iron Man staples and is even...
Yeah, I don't like the design of Model Prime. I like the original designs. And the superior Iron Man design. But Model Prime...
incorporated size changing for extra strength, an invisible stealth mode,
And a badass lightning samurai sword! Say what you
He just became Raiden.
want about the smug son of a bitch, but he's definitely got style and crippling alcoholism. But look who's talking.
It was more than likely that same devil-may-care attitude that led to Tony revealing his secret identity to the world, which I guess had no consequences.
Look, Wiz, when you build a space laser
No, none at all. In the movies, it blew up his house.
strong enough to wipe out alien fleets in one shot, I don't think the Mandarin is going to interrupt your shawarma lunch date.
That space laser is a Dyson sphere, a speculative superstructure that is meant to encircle an entire star and harness its energy. Something only possible by a theoretical Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale.
It's basically when your galaxy
Yeah, Tony Stark single-handedly gets humanity on another level of another civilizational level. That's what the man does.
brained enough to draw power from the
Because unlike all the other geniuses, even in Marvel, he actually cares about progressing humanity.
entire solar system.
I know it's comics, but the fact that Tony just has one of these lying around is insane. Known as Soul's Hammer, Tony's incomplete sphere is strong enough to destroy a planet at only a 2% charge.
Didn't you work on one of those? I remember you talking about how it'd solve your student loan problems once and for all.
On behalf of the families of several planets that no longer exist, I'm not legally at liberty to discuss that.
Years of protecting the world from aliens, gods, and even his friends. All of that stuff wore Tony down and turned him into the one thing he promised himself he would never become. A narc.
Siding with the US government's enforcement of the Superhuman Registration
Oh,
Act
no.
led to a literal civil war between superheroes. It wouldn't be as
Yeah. He became a bit gay. Siding with the government.
last.
Though it did prove he could hang with the best of them. He's beaten Captain America in hand-to-hand combat, survived blows from Thor, and even took down the Worldbreaker Hulk.
He even matched Magneto. Magneto, the guy that controls metal, the thing that surrounds Tony's entire body, by amplifying his power with Jupiter's magnetic field.
And then Max punched him with the power of the sun, and it was like, no big deal. There really doesn't seem to be a limit to how insane Tony's tech gets. In the movies, this is the same guy that figured out time travel just sitting around one evening. In the time it takes me to down a beer, Tony's already shattered the laws of physics. Yeah, sure. Go to the Middle Ages and play nights with Dr. Doom, scamp.
Perhaps his greatest invention of all, however, was the E-scape, an entire virtual universe where the only limit is his imagination.
And because
That's also a comic I read, I think.
Tony's nothing if not predictable, he made an armor out of it. That's right.
Because I want to see what actually behind all this stuff.
He made an armor out of a universe.
This virtual armor is composed of solid holograms that can form any weapon Tony can think of. But even it likely cannot compare to the armor Tony created inside the E-scape, the Godbuster.
It's literally Iron Man going Super Saiyan. The Godbuster was so powerful it destroyed the entire E-scape in a single blast, along with the AI controlling all of it.
An earlier iteration of the Godbuster was able to stand up to Celestials, cosmic gods that can warp reality, like Galactus, Odin, and Franklin, who can threaten the multiverse with their power.
So it lives up to the friggin' name in case you were wondering. But it isn't that kind of power that makes Tony special. After a life spent wallowing in vice and pleasure, Tony rebuilt himself into a man he could be proud of. Someone who could sacrifice everything
Fucking love Iron Man.
to save the world.
I suppose underneath it all, that man of iron had a heart of gold.
You want my property? You can't have it. But I did you a big favor. I have successfully privatized world peace.
I have successfully privatized world peace.
All right, the combatant star is set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you want the same level of confidence as
The way to get Batman easily would be to use his superior Iron Man armor. And then just drain the Hellbat from its energy. Because that's like just draining Batman of his life energy. And you can do that quite fast.
These two billionaires, check out Blue Chew.
Confidence. It can.
Oh no, not Blue Jew. Not the Blue Jew. Alright. Friends, let's get into it.
It's time for a death battle!
Hey, bats! Now, I can respect a man with a healthy sense of paranoia and billions to spare, but Steve and Nat are really up my ass about this. Take the Watchtower offline now.
Bruce, you don't want this fight, Tony. It'll be the biggest mistake of your life. Clark, do you read me? The Watchtower is being attacked.
Seriously, bats? I figured out hacking in the 2nd grade. How do you think I got in here? Aside from... Really, Bruce? This stick? I thought we were grown-ups here.
Ready when you are.
Friday, I need Soul's Hammer online pronto. Match my coordinates. I'll try to... Oh.
Immediately going into Hellbat.
What did you expect? I am Batman.
And I am Iron Man. I've got a suit for everything, bats, including busting wannabe gods like...
His God, the Godbuster armor he wears here has actually infinite power. It took power from nobody knows where. Everyone that was there to analyze it, nobody knew where it came from. It just had power. It shouldn't have that power. It has that power.
like you.
Bust this.
Had to divert some power to hacking that suit. Like I said, 2nd grade. Friday, fire the hammer!
Holy shit! No more armors, Tony. Just you and me. Man to man.
Well, man to genius billionaire playboy.
Maybe just one more.
Model 58, the nano armor. Snuck it into your body back on the Watchtower. Friday, initiate self-destruct. Friday, I could really use a drink.
KO! Oh, come on! You know if they fought naked, Batman would have beat the shit out of him.
While Batman is a character defined by his tenacity, preparedness, and utter genius, so is Tony Stark. So neither could rely on that skill set alone to pull them through.
And it shouldn't come as a surprise. Batman's standard batsuit couldn't quite hold up to the firepower of even the most basic Iron Man armors. The batsuit is surprisingly tough, sure, but it isn't taking hits from a dude that can punch apart Manhattan. And despite bats having a ton of nifty gadgets, Iron Man's armors were way more varied and powerful. With so many unique and often alien abilities, there was no way bats could predict all of them.
With time, he could certainly figure out a plan of attack, but since Tony is just as much a genius schemer as Batman, he could do the same.
There are lots of cases where he would have won, especially with his ace in the hole, the Hellbat.
The Hellbat's raw power and speed absolutely dwarfed the majority of Iron Man's arsenal, and could have killed him immediately were it not for Tony's own trump cards.
Like the Godbuster, which was definitely strong enough to contend with it. The Hellbat could take on Darkseid, but a weaker version of the Godbuster could hold its own against Celestials.
Yes.
Darkseid was a being capable of threatening the multi-
Like, this is actually a reality defying suit. Like I said, it has infinite energy and nobody knows where it pulls the energy from. Like, even in the real world, it has infinite energy when you pulled it from the escape. When you reconstruct it using like 3D printers. No joke.
multiverse with his power and moving many times faster than light, but the Celestials were capable of the same.
With an armor that strong, Tony could buy himself enough time to break out all his other tricks, like sneaking nano armors into Batman's body, phasing through him with ghost tech, draining the Hellbat's power, or just hacking his suit and shutting it off.
And with an army of armors at his beck and call, Tony could certainly hold Batman off long enough to employ those strategies. Hell, since he can control them remotely, he technically didn't even need to be there and put himself in harm's way.
And remember, the Hellbat used Batman's own life force as a battery. He needed to end the fight quick.
Well, if he wouldn't have been there from the beginning, probably Batman would have probably noticed that. Well, what did I do? Oh no.
He needed to end the fight quick or else his own armor would kill him first. With Tony throwing an army at him, he didn't have a good way of doing that. Tony just had way too much shit to throw at Batman, while Batman didn't have the time or options he needed to keep up.
Batman may have been a god among men, but Iron Man's wealth of gadgets, insanely powerful tech, and greater mechanical experience allowed him to crush the Caped Crusader.
You might think it's an injustice that Batman's gonna need avenging, but Iron Man was in a whole nother league.
The winner is Iron Man.
And that's not even his most recent suits. Like his Godbuster 2, his Celestial Buster. I think there's one especially for that. And now with Mysterium, there will probably come another suit.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that episode.
All right. Let's have this one as a fun last one. That was Deathstroke. I would have loved to pull up a Green Lantern or the White Lantern fight because I love Green Lanterns. These are my favorite DC stuff. Besides Superman. But yeah, let's leave it with Deadpool.
Episode of Death Battle is brought to you by Destiny's Expansion 1, The Dark Below. Available now.
Available now 11 years ago, friends. God, I'm getting old.
They say imitation is the highest form of flattery, but sometimes it's nothing but a slap in the face. Such is the case when it comes to these two masked mercenaries.
Deadpool, the merc with a mouth.
And Deathstroke, the Terminator.
He's whizzing on boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
You see him on t-shirts, internet memes, and everywhere you look at nerd conventions.
But the story behind this popular anti-hero isn't as lighthearted as his joking nature would lead you to believe. Wade Winston Wilson was a globe-trotting mercenary looking for his chance to become the world's next greatest superhero. Then he was diagnosed with cancer, which hit him like a flaming semi-truck falling on his face.
That's oddly specific.
Facing the inevitability of death, Wade gave up. He abandoned his heroic dreams, stopped his chemo treatments, and dumped his girlfriend to free her from the burden of a man doomed to die.
Doomed until he was offered a cure by Department K, the Special Weapons Development Division of a strange alien world called Canada. And by by cure, I mean he actually was handed over to the Weapon X program. The same guys who gave Wolverine's bones the old chrome dip. They injected Wade with Wolvie's healing factor.
Which I don't even know if that's possible. Do they have like a spare jar of essence of Wolverine or something?
With the ability to heal from anything, his body became a surgical playground for Dr. Kilbrew and his assistant Ajax. Just like Operation, only constantly hitting the sides. But hey, at least he doesn't have cancer anymore.
Well, actually, he still does. His cells just regenerate faster than the cancer can kill him. Beneath that red and black spandex, he's basically a giant walking tumor, which can talk. A lot.
Ah! Kill it with fire! Oh, wait. We can't.
Meanwhile, among Kilbrew's other prisoners, a gambling ring was formed. Patients would place bets on each other's survival under the knife.
And these bets were placed in what they called the Deadpool. Get it? Because it's kind of like where his name comes from. Oh, you'll see.
Unfortunately for Kilbrew, Wade had somehow gotten superhuman strength, speed, and stamina. Because I guess they had a jar filled of that shit too. He used these skills to kill Ajax and make a dramatic escape. Free at last, his fellow inmates inspired him to take on his now famous namesake.
Deadpool!
Deadpool! Yeah!
What the heck?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please continue talking about how great I am.
I was afraid of
There
this.
was a
See,
Deadpool
Deadpool
game, right?
somehow possesses a unique awareness
Maybe
of whatever
I will
medium
play
he's
that
in,
one day.
whether it be comic books, games, TV shows, or an awesome internet show.
What now?
Basically, he's a pro at shattering the fourth wall.
Bingo! Oh, hey, Boomstick, tell your ex-wife I said hello.
You've got 5 seconds to get the hell out of here before I blow your head off.
Unfortunately, all that would do is just piss him off. Bad idea, as Deadpool is a master martial artist, seasoned assassin, and a raging sex machine. What?
Yeah, I noticed you left out a few things in the script, so I made some changes. You know, just the important stuff. Like my penis.
Well, by raging sex machine, he means getting down with a bloated alien, a shape-shifting teenage prostitute, and death herself. He must have some pretty low standards. That's right, this guy literally tried to stick his dick in death. Maybe that's why he liked my ex-wife. But besides his dick, Deadpool has an arsenal of weaponry he can pull out of absolutely nowhere.
This is an animation technique commonly called the magic satchel, though its existence as an actual thing is preposterous.
Oh yeah? Watch this.
I hate you.
Oh, I hate you too.
Me too. Some of Deadpool's favorite toys include
my trusty rusty twin katanas, some grenades, my 2 favorite machine guns, butter and I can't believe it's not butter, a teleportation belt, an infinity stone that alters continuity. Oh, I can't choose. I love them all.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna kill him.
La 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 la.
Combined, Deadpool's weapons and abilities have helped him accomplish some amazing feats in spite of his illness.
His quick draw is fast enough to beat 7 Hydra agents at once. He can decimate legions of armed warriors solo while talking on the phone. He's the only one to ever outwit Taskmaster, who literally has the power to predict his opponent's moves. And in one instance, he even murdered the entire Marvel Universe, including the supposedly unkillable Wolverine.
He did this with a sword made of carbonadium, an alloy capable of nullifying healing factors. In other words, he cheated.
He survived skyscrapers collapsing on top of him, having his heart ripped out, his head blown to bits, and even his entire body melted into a puddle.
But his regeneration is also responsible for one of his greatest downfalls. This power has trained him to think he's invincible, and so he's become quite careless in battle.
And that's just if his extreme ADHD hasn't already put him into a bind.
Yet there are few more deadly than the regenerating degenerate. Really, Deadpool finally accomplished his dream of becoming the next great superhero.
Aw, that's sweet of you guys. Wanna see me naked?
Wait, what? No, no, no!
Oh, my eyes! Can't claw them out fast enough.
And now you're scarred for life. Let's see my competition.
In the history of the DC Universe, there has never existed a more lethal tactician and soldier than Slade Joseph Wilson. After illegally joining the US military at the age of 16, he fought in Korea for years, where his skill earned the attention of an experimental serum program and the lovely Captain Adeline Kane.
This is sounding suspiciously like the origins.
With this, we get like exactly the same energy as the first Iron Man versus Lex Luthor battle, where just one jokes around. Well, actually, Iron Man and Mad Batman too, where just one character jokes around while the other one is just like that serious.
Story of Captain America.
Slade actually gets the girl.
Oh, never mind. But does he steal cars?
Probably. Slade completely mastered every fighting style under Adeline's tutelage in record time. Apparently, this impressed her so much they were married with a kid on the way in mere months.
Now that's my kind of woman. Oh, you're a badass? No roses, no dates. Let's fight people, get married, and plow. Feeling pretty fucking great about life, Slade volunteered for an experiment that would help him resist enemy truth serums. Everything went exactly as planned. You'd think these guys would have learned by now.
Wouldn't you know it, the injection did not have the effects they were looking for. But instead of ruining his life forever, the experiment accidentally transformed Slade into the deadliest assassin in the world. A Terminator, if you will. Which begs the question, what on earth does the US military think is in truth serums?
Slade rose as a new man known to the world as Deathstroke.
Really?
Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe! Whoop, 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 whoop.
Deathstroke is nearly superhuman. He can hit harder, run faster, react quicker, and push himself longer than an Olympic athlete. Plus, he can use 90% of his brain, unlike the average 10%.
Come on, if we really only use 10% of our brains, we'd be about as dumb as sheep.
You're a sheep.
What's important here is Deathstroke's mind can process information 9 times more efficiently than an ordinary man. He can think quicker, hear better, and see faster. God damn it, that's not a real thing.
Ooh, we should put him and Captain America into a staring contest.
He also has a healing factor, which can repair any part of his body, even if his brain is blown to smithereens.
Bringing him back from the dead.
Unfortunately, life back home was rough for Slade. His abilities were put to the test when his son was kidnapped by a group of rival mercenaries. Despite a successful rescue, his son lost his ability to speak.
So his ungrateful wife lashed out in rage, and Slade was never the same.
Literally.
But he's one step closer to his secret dream of becoming a pirate. Question, Wizard, if he has a healing factor, how come he's still missing that eye?
Well, no one knows, Boomstick, but perhaps not even a healing factor can repair the deepest of emotional wounds.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Despite his new lack of depth perception, Deathstroke remained as skilled as ever.
Partially thanks to his favorite gear. I'm talking dual machine guns, a sniper rifle, and a super bomb.
Which is actually just a glorified flashbang grenade with trace bits of kryptonite. Guess who that's for?
The guy who fought Goku in one of the most biased fanboy videos ever.
Shut up, Wade.
Okay, Ben.
This is just getting weird. So back to the weapons. Deathstroke prefers his sweet Thundercat-style sword and laser-shooting energy lance. Also, he's got an awesome suit of armor made up of Kevlar and nth metal.
Oh look, yet another fictional alloy stronger and lighter than titanium. Also, he has armor composed of promethium.
Well, my shirt is made up of boomstickium. See? I can make up alloys too, writers.
Actually, Boomstick, promethium is a real thing.
Oh, come on!
Though in real life, it's a chemical used in atomic batteries to power guided missiles and spacecraft. But in comic book land, it's not that at all. It can absorb energy, is incredibly strong, and is self-regenerative.
Wait, so his suit has a healing factor too? So, does, like, his zipper try and close itself when he wants to take a leak? Because that's horrifying. I mean, I remember when I got my junk stuck in the toaster.
With his impressive skills and arsenal, Deathstroke has defeated dozens of ninjas at once, survived an exploding nuclear submarine, and took down most of the Justice League by himself.
He's also really good at push-ups.
The taking down of Green Lantern is always so stupid. Green Lanterns, at best, with the powers, are unstoppable.
How many push-ups can he do?
All of them.
Despite multiple members of the Justice League agreeing he's the best tactician on the planet, Deathstroke is known for violent outbursts of rage when in extreme pain. Depending on who he's fighting, this can make him even more dangerous.
Deathstroke doesn't just solve problems, he terminates them.
I am the thing that keeps you up at night. The evil that haunts every dark corner of your mind. I will never rest. And neither will you.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
What a rip! Seriously, what makes this chump worth $10 more than me? Come on! I'm me! What? Am I right? Yeah, I am. I'm pretty sure.
It's your lucky day. I can show you.
Oh boy, a show? Can I get popcorn first? I hope they have salt and pepper shakers. I love it to be tasty. Bye.
That's how bullets look.
Uh-oh. Bam! Bam! Oh, you can! Bam! Check this bad air! A Donatello fan, huh? I was always more of a Leonardo guy myself. Although I think most people would pin me more as a Michelangelo. You know, that's them labeling. I will not be labeled!
He's not taking it serious. He's not taking the battle serious at all. It's so Deadpool. It's a great end for the stream.
Bam! Let's do this!
Also on a technical side, actually. The backflip and then front roll look really great after each other. They look really dynamic.
Bam! Let's do this! Oh, my kidney! Coming at ya! I gotta say, it's kind of an honor to get the snot beat out of me by you, of all people. Bruises aside, of course.
Let's see what kind of mark this leaves on you.
Hey, buddy, don't let me slow you down. Where is that son of a gun? I'm gonna show him what for, I swear to God. Oh, shit. Look at me! Look at me! Do not slow down! I hate your dumb face! Oh, my kidney! Oh, is it sword fight time? Good thing I carry spares. Guess it's cutting time!
If you spent half as much time concentrating as you do talking, perhaps you'd be less predictable.
Are you kidding me? I'm predictable? I'm just getting warmed up! I don't mind it. He's coming for me. He wants to fight.
Great strategy.
It's clean! My leg! Oh, it's cramping!
Oh, great.
It's clean! My
good.
leg! Oh, it's cramping!
Yeah, I just got OBS unconnected for a second.
Pop, watching Deathstroke. God damn it! Oh wait, third lung, I still... Well, that escalated quickly. You might want to lay low for a couple days, because you are pretty much responsible for a mass murder. It's a Deathstroke kebab! Whoops, hang on, give me a sec. This got hurt. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think Deathstroke is as used to the pain as Deadpool is. I don't think anyone is as used to the pain as Deadpool.
Feel fast too? I've got something special for that. Carbonadium Sword! Murdering all your pesky Wolverines and Saber Teeth since 2012. Good year for cinema. All the children in the audience, cover your eyes. And the moral of the story is... Deadpool wins! Yay! This is totally racist. Hey, chimichanga! Oh, YouTube comments. Oh, I see you rolling. Oh, you're hating. Oh, it wounds me so deep, doesn't it all? Explain how I beat this asshole.
Don't tell me how to do my job. And this was a surprisingly even match. Though Deathstroke was the superior fighter of the two and had the better armor, Deadpool could take all his punishment and give just as much.
Deathstroke's smart, so normally he would have no problem predicting his opponent's moves. But Deadpool is so unpredictable, not even Taskmaster, or sometimes even himself for that matter, can keep up with whatever he's doing.
Unfortunately for Deathstroke, he didn't have the means to put Deadpool down for good. And while Deathstroke's healing factor was perfect for repairing damage, Deadpool's trumped his by being capable of replacing entire organs at a much faster rate. Sometimes the original isn't always the best.
Deadpool is just a cut above the rest.
The winner is...
Spider-Man! I mean Deadpool! Shit!
Alright. I think that's it. I think that's a good ending here. So, with that, maybe another time I will react to the Green Lantern and White Lantern battles. Although I will be salty at the White Lantern battle. Alright. I hope you VOD watchers have a great time. And bye bye.